Hey guys, Rinji here, once again bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And today we have a very short topic, but one I think that requires a bit of discussion. Something that gets brought up in the VTuber community quite often, and that's the subject of VTuber identity. And I'd like to explore that topic today just a little bit on the account of this one person having a lot of trouble discerning certain people from other people, as well as just kind of reeking of jealousy, to be honest with you. But let's get right into it. Oh my, experience in the VTuber space has been nothing but wonderful. I keep seeing this shit, and it's almost always from cis white creators, and scream a little every time. Like, they are so close to realizing their privilege, yet it just whizzes right over their goddamn heads. Even if it wasn't from white privilege, it's totally possible to just get lucky, not have any bad experience. It's like someone going, oh well, I was never in a car accident, so it really must not be a big issue. Yeah, I should have worded that tweet better. I mean, more as people will use that privileged stance to dismiss the issue that those who haven't had the best of times. Oh yeah, I totally understand. Sorry if my remarks sounded like I was arguing or something. Oh no, you're completely fine, hun. See, when it comes to observations like this, that always bring up sexuality, skin color, race, for whatever reason, they always sound incredibly racist and sexist to me. Because they boil down people to specific traits, some specific inherent traits that they can't help. And, you know, the same people that point these things out usually victimize themselves in order to, in this case at least, to make others feel worse about themselves, to make others pay attention to them, even though these people aren't really owned anything. Because, you know, people go about their lives all the time, in all spaces, not only in the VTubing space. And whenever there's a person that's just down on their luck and complain about it, it's nobody else's business in order to cater to you to make you feel better about yourself. So, in light of that, I'll just like to say that VTubing is a hobby and an industry that allows everyone to express themselves in whichever way they like using that virtual avatar. I mean, the avatar can absolutely be anything. It can be completely fictional, a character taking inspiration from any culture, imagined or real. It can be any race, real or otherwise, the skin color or race of your avatar. That shouldn't matter. And even if it's a character that is meant to represent you, ultimately it's not real, and at best, it's some kind of depiction. VTubing lets you hide your identity and whoever you are behind that avatar, so it should not matter in the slightest. It's completely unfair and self-centered, like in my opinion, to demand others acknowledge that you happen to have a bad time in this particular medium. Like, rather than dismissing the fact that you had a negative experience, these people want what's best for them. You don't matter to them. You aren't a factor in their lives, and they have no obligation to acknowledge your experiences, no matter how good or bad they were. I myself have friends who aren't white or cis and are VTubers, and they had amazing experiences. And just because they had, you know, those experiences doesn't mean that they owe you anything, and doesn't mean that they're ultimately going to be dismissive of you. Ultimately, everyone makes their own bed in the VTubing community, and nobody should really be treating you with kids' gloves. Just stick to your own thing and try to make it on your own, instead of trying to make others feel bad for your own fate. And I just really wanted to rant about that sort of thing, because this is a recurring problem with VTubers. It's been going on for years, and identity is usually brought up, even though it shouldn't really matter. I mean, how would this person even know if someone is cis and white behind this avatar? Have they gone around to check? Have they gone around to ask them if they are cis and white behind those avatars? How would they know? Are they just basing this on how the avatar looks like and how the person behaves? I mean, does everyone state their actual identity in VTubing all the time and what their sexuality is, for that matter? I think not, unless you are in these sort of circles where everyone has to put their identity first and foremost up front, because otherwise there's not much to them in terms of personality. But that's my rant for today. I'd like to know what you guys think about this sort of thing. What are VTubers to you? How do you perceive VTubers in terms of their identity? Do you think the identity of the VTuber matters behind the avatar, or is this just superfluous and all superficial? For me, it is. But for now, that's everything. I'll see you on the next one.